back, and thanks for joining me. I hope everybody's been out fishing now. Start of season here in Northern Ireland, so hopefully everybody's been out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you just a slight variant on the Bloody Butcher. Now the hook and the vise is a Amazon B175 and size 10. The thread that I'm going to use to tie the fly is Uni Thread 80 in black. So we're just going to come in and we'll get the thread started just a couple of mil behind the eye of the hook. And we're just going to run our thread on until we're down past the point of the hook and remove the waste tag of thread. Now the tail can be a red ibis substitute. In this case I'm going to use a red swan. You can use number 3 glow bright floss, red wool, red cock hackle fibres. All of that will work. Now if you're going to use swan, what we're going to do is just take a slip from each side. So to do that, just come in with my needle, try and keep this on camera for you, and just take it roughly around about between 4 to 5 fibres. And just want them to be roughly the same sort of way broadness. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to line these fibres up. I'm just going to show you that in a second. So just take them, put them in between your finger and thumb, just line them up just so the tips match up, and then just gently, see if you run your index finger and thumb through it, just gently, it'll get the tips to line up for you. Now the length is up to you. Everybody has their own idea. Now, what I like to do is round about the length of the shank of the hook over the back, then come around with a pinching loop, slide my fingers out to the tips of the swan, and then take another 3 turns just to tie it all in. Then come in with your scissors and trim this round about the length of the body. The rib is a silver wire or an oval silver tinsel, whatever you prefer to use. I'm going to use the ultra wire in silver. So I have a length off here. So this is the last fly that I'm tying in a set of 10. So we'll just offer the wire up, much to the same length as the body. Just take 2 or 3 tight turns to secure that in. The body itself is going to be a uni mailer in the silver and gold in size 12. Now you could use a size 10, which is the wider tinsel, maybe cover a wee bit quicker, but when I drop down the sizes of hooks, like a 10, 12, I'll use the size 12 down onto a 14. I'll use the size 14 in the mailer. That's just my own wee process. Now just going to come around with a turn, then another turn to secure. Just keeping your tinsel just much the same level as your cut ends and your rib. Then just work your thread up. Just take your time, just working your thread up in close touching turns. Don't worry if things move. All you're trying to do here is just trying to keep the body as smooth as you can. Then you bring up your tinsel. Now before you bring up your tinsel, you could put on some super glue if you wish. Now I'm just going to come round, get a turn at the back, and then just overlapping turns of your mailer up the body to meet your thread. Follow this around, just a few tight turns in there just to secure that in. Come in and trim away the excess. Just fix our tail, so we've just knocked it. Then we're just going to come up with the silver wire, and you're doing 4 turns of the silver wire up the body. Follow that around with your thread. Now at this point I like to run my thread right down to the eye, securing in the wire, because I am not using glue. This is what's going to hold the whole fly together. Never had one fall apart on me yet. Now I'm just going to come back up just around about halfway, just where I've tied that in. The hackle, I'm going to use a red hen. In this case, I'm going to use a red cock hackle. And this is just a Chinese cock hackle that I'm going to use. So just got a nice hackle off here. So just select your hackle that you wish to use, just holding it, and then just stroking the fibres back to reveal the tip. Offer this up to the hook, come in with 2 turns, excuse me, then just come in with your index finger and thumb, sweep back. See if I can show you this, turn it round, like that. So just hold it, then sweep back your hackle tip, and then just work your thread up over your hackle and the tip, and that catches that in. Just bring this back round, then come in, locate your tip, and break that away. Then we're just going to come in with our scissors and just run it up the stem. Right, I'm going to look, I like plenty of red in the bloody butcher, so I'm going to put on roughly 4 turns here of the hackle, just depends. So that's 2, that's 3, yep, I'm going to put another one in, and that's 4 to there. Follow this around with your thread right into the stem, nice and tight. It's your first turn, then take another 2 to secure. Now that's thin enough, and if you want to fold it back, just show you again, turn it around, just come in with your finger and thumb again, sweep your hackle stem back, and then just work your thread up over the stem of the hackle. That ties that in. Now, keeping your thread tight, you can break away the stem. So you're cutting down on the use of your scissors at times when you're doing this. I'm just going to take another couple of turns just to tidy that up. Now, the wing, excuse me, beg your pardon. This is where it's going to be a variant. So I'm going to use a right and a left duck quill that's been dyed black. You can just use slips of, the original pattern just uses blue slips of blue mallard wing feather. So now at this point, some people make a mistake here, and I'll do it as well too at times. You just want to take off slips, just small slips. So that's the first one. Get the next feather over, and just roughly the same breadth of slip, tear it away. Then we'll just get these matched up in our hand. Just tip the tip really. That's what you're trying to do here. Just bring it in. Just take your time when you're tying these traditional patterns. Then that's your wee wing. Now you can have the wing as long or short as you like. That's entirely up to you. Much like the tail, it's just your style of tan. Now I'm going to offer mine up because I like the tips just sort of way coming into the tail. Now just want this to stay together for me. Just offer it up, just with the tips coming into the tail. Then just come round with your other hand and just gently fold these on, pinch them onto the hook, come round with a pinching loop, nice and tight, then just tighten up, slide your fingers back, see about where you're sitting, just have a wee check. Now that's grand. Now see, when you do that, the only part should be moving is the waist ends. If this moves on you, you probably maybe just don't have it as tight to the shank as you like. So just take it off, go back in, get it tight again, and then pinch and loop it on. Now you just come in here with a nice pair of sharp scissors and trim the excess. Just come back in, just gently come back in, hold your wing, bring your thread to the eye, and just build up your head. Now, just put that nice shape you want to see into the head here. nice and tight where the thread turns. And then come in with your whip finishing tool and just do one a whip finish, just sort of way putting that shape in at the same time. Pull your thread tight, just come in, trim away your tan thread. That's the wee fly. That's the wee fly complete. You can see here, that's the sort of wing that you get, but just take your time, you're in no rush. Then we're going to come in, I'm just going to finish mine off with a first coat of super glue. Go onto the head. Just right now, just don't want to touch your hackle fibres at this point, so just take your time. And there you go, guys. Now, see if you sit and you haven't tied these before, or some people, they're better than me at tying these. Absolutely, I'm not the best tyer in the world, but I try my best. But now if you're tying this, see if you do about 5 or 6 of these, you'll get into the rhythm of it. And always bear in mind, unless you're wanting a real perfect wing for a photograph, take your more time over it if you like. But see, once you start to cast this, the wing's going to go out of shape. So you're just looking to give an impression. So look, guys, just sit and practice that. Even the wing, if you just sit and practice on a burr hook, just getting your measurements and stuff of the wing. But look, hopefully you can tie a few of those up, and hopefully you can catch you a few fish. As always, guys, many thanks for taking the time to view the videos. I really appreciate it. If you like the wee videos that I'm putting together, and you maybe haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It helps the wee channel grow. And until next time, folks, please stay safe and tight lines, guys. Thank you.